Alright, so this is an update about my spinner that I built, I guess, a couple weeks ago after attending LI Retro. So just to recap, there's an EC11 encoder, which is, I think it's this thing. Yeah, there's an EC11 encoder. I happen to have a bunch of them lying around, so I was like, one day I was like, I wonder if I can make a spinner, and that's what this is. I used the EC11, and it worked, and I loved it. But it's kind of funny because if you know what an EC11 is, it's like a very clicky, kind of low resolution rotary encoder. So what do I mean by that? It has 20 pulses per rotation, which under the quadrature algorithm should get you about 80 subdivisions. So we probably want more than that, like 200 maybe. But so it's not intuitive to think, oh, we'll use that as an arcade spinner. But I wanted to try it, and it worked great actually. So like, for instance, playing Tempest was awesome, and there's a video of me doing that, but I'll also do some tests in this video. So what are my updates? The update is that I ordered some EC12s, which are slightly larger encoders, and they have instead of 20 pulses per rotation, it has 24. But sadly, the result was not good. It had it just didn't track as well as the EC11. So somewhere in there, the tolerances and the increase in resolution just didn't work out. So we'll throw that away. What is this doing here? This is the EC11. We don't need that. But then today, so I actually recorded a video earlier and I was showing the problems with the EC12. And then just about an hour ago, a batch of EC16s arrived. That's what this is, an EC16. And EC16 also has the same number of pulses per rotation as the EC12, but in a bigger package. So I just had to try it. And I installed it in my prototype. And it has like a heavier feel, like you can feel the detents, but it works really well. So I'm going to show, hopefully you can see sort of if there's a difference or not. It's relatively close, but I'm going to go ahead and play some Tempest using both controllers. Yeah, so let's see here. Make sure we're in mouse mode. Our sensitivity is set right down the middle. And put in some credits. Hold up. This is something I want to do. I want to make it look a little clearer. So let's go to slider controls, and we don't need flicker, but we could probably crank up the maximum and then get back out. And I suppose, oh, I still have to insert coins. Wait, what's going on? Okay. So this is the EC11. Oh, could put it up on camera, would be nice. And this one spins nicely. I can kind of rotate it with my finger, which is nice, but I think the EC16 is what I'm going to be building my next prototype out of. And hopefully it'll be better. Alright, I feel like I've shown enough actually. So let's swap it out. Make sure it's in mouse mode. Okay, this is the EC16. Whoops. Yeah. And even though it feels different to me, I think it's almost the same. I think it looks the same on the screen. I think it looks like I have the same amount of control. It has a slightly more clicky, a little more resistance, but it feels great. So that's Tempest. And now we're going to go into... We'll switch over to paddle mode. So paddle mode is like an emulation of a paddle. So the difference is that it has a limit, a left and a right limit. So instead of just reporting the delta, it's kind of like adding up the delta for you. Wait, what am I doing? Full screen. Okay, and then I'm just gonna hop right in. Now this is with the EC16, and it's funny, like it looks almost exactly like the EC11 in terms of like the number of leaps or the number of pixels it jumps. So the paddle mode, especially in Brick Game, since I wrote it, I know exactly what's going on under the hood. And since a pedal is analog, and it's like this on the old Atari as well, it doesn't use the full rotation of the paddle. It uses like something like 90 degrees of the rotation, and it makes it it just makes it easier to control because you don't have to spin the whole thing. But because this is a digital control, digital dial encoder, it reduces the number of it reduces the resolution. And because of the reduced resolution, the 20% increase is kind of like adding one more click. It's like so few, because it already only had like 10 clicks available. I'm not really doing the math accurately, but so I don't think it's really noticeable. But I do kind of think it made a difference in Tempest. I don't know. But I think ultimately I think in theory, the EC16 is superior to the EC11. And I think that's good enough to go by. But if someone out there, if you've got an EC11 and your only other choice is to buy an EC16, maybe there's no difference. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. Maybe one more. Yeah, we don't need to A/B it with the EC11, I don't think, because I think it's almost the same. But I do think we could do one more quick demo and play Warlords. Joystick. Let's see if it registers. It seems to recognize it. We could see enough on my screen, I guess. So let's see what happens. Let's put in some credits. Okay. Yeah, so that's paddle emulation. And it feels pretty good, I think. It's not too low resy. Yeah. So I think I'm just gonna go right ahead and say I'm gonna go ahead and suggest EC16 for my what is it called? RP 2040 based digital rotary encoder. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Boy, I just can't speak while I'm playing, can I? What am I trying to say? I'm trying to say EC16 is a win. EC11 was also a win. Because I can barely tell the difference. But the math says the EC16 is better. So I'm going to go ahead and build basically one of these, like the next evolution of it, except it's going to have an EC16 in it. And then we'll do, I guess we'll compare it when I get around to it. I guess that's it for this week. So even though it's been more than a week since my last video, but anyway, just thought I'd share what I've been working on. And I think a lot of people out there probably are thinking of trying to find ways of playing spinner games. And I think I have a pretty cool solution. So I'm really excited to get other people excited, hear about other experiments being done. And anyway, talk to you later. Bye.